Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm Andy RC and today I'm going to be doing a mail time video because I have spent probably the last 4 days messing around with the Xiaomi Media camera. I've been having a lot of fun with it, but the reviews have been backing up, so I thought I'd do a video of stuff that's going to be coming up on the channel, stuff I've had in the mail. So the first thing that has turned up a while ago actually, is Drone Zone. This is a magazine that I subscribe to and I really like it, and it's always got some great topics in here for me to talk about. It's got some information on the DJI Spark, and I think reviews of that are just starting to come out. Stuff on the Runcam as well. It's all pretty up to date, this. These guys seem to get products way before me and manage to review them, etc. But yeah, what do you think about the DJI Spark? I think it's cool. I saw Casey Neistat's review of it. Now, it only does 1080p, but I thought for only having a 2-axis gimbal, that stability was amazing. I've never had a 2-axis gimbal being able to be that stable. But anyway, let's talk about some of the stuff that is going to be coming up on the channel, like I say, because I've got some really good stuff. So the first one is this. This is the Eachine Lizard. Now, there's a few reviews out there already of this model, and I kind of missed this one, so I asked Banggood if they fancied sending it in for review, and they have. So yeah, it looks pretty decent. It seems to be very similar to the Aurora series, but it doesn't seem to be branded Aurora. No, Eachine, this one. And this is the DSM2 DSMX version. I always go for that when they have these stacks in them, because I had some issues with brownouts with the FR Sky versions with the Aurora series. However, I can see that this model has got an XT30 attached to it, so yeah, I'm looking forward to checking this out. And it comes with a 3-cell battery as well, I think, from what I saw. Yeah, 3-cell. So this thing should have some speed on it as well. So 6,000 kV motors, which is a little bit lower, but I guess that is to cater for the 3S battery, and we have the 5-blade props on there. So yeah, looking forward to doing a review of that one, see how it compares to the Flex RC build that I recently did on the channel. By the way, I have the kit to turn my Pico X into a low profile Pico X, so I'm going to be doing that at some point. So what's next? We have this guy. This is the Emax Night Hawk, I think. So it comes in this nice pouch here, and this really does look smart. So this looks like a plug and fly version here, and yeah, looks like a really nice build. We have a FPV cam up the front, VTX at the back. I don't think there's an on-screen display with this, but we've got the famous red bottom motors on there as well, and it looks like we've got a bunch of props and goodies in there. Feels like a really nicely constructed model. So we just have the one massively thick carbon plate there, and then this sort of plastic cover underneath, but it seems to be of good quality, and then the flight controller is mounted down there as well. It looks like we've also got one of the new Pagoda antennas from Emax there as well, and I've actually got a few of those Pagoda antennas to try out. There is a couple of the slimmed down versions which might be good for micros. Yep, so this is those. Just check these out. Little tiny shrunken down Pagoda antennas from Emax, so I'm gonna have to try those out. Those might be very good for the little brushless, say 130 size, something like that. Now, some other news is I crashed my Eachine Lizard. I say I crashed. One of the props flew off in the air. Only one of the blades, and that was enough to send it into a crazy tumble. And I thought I got away with it, first of all, and then I thought, hang on a minute, that prop's hitting this post there, and if you have a look, it is bent and the bottom plate has snapped there, and also the top plate as well somewhere. Yeah, so there it is, look. So yeah, sadly completely destroyed. Luckily I got my review in of the Foxy and Monster before that happened, but I was a bit gutted about that because I got this set up nicely. I upgraded it with the camera, I stuck a different VTX in it, and I put my FR Sky receiver, and I thought, what a shame. But then, on the same day that I crashed it, this guy turned up. This is the Realac lightweight frame that I talked about earlier, and I'm not sure whether it's wood or foam in there, but apparently this is the lightweight version. So I have been thinking about swapping the gear from the Wizard into this and checking out the weight difference. So yeah, this is the Martian 2 frame. So yeah, I did the Martian build originally, and again, yeah, I think it might be wood, but it's hard to tell because it's white. But anyways, it's meant to be much lighter than the original, and it's weight that is the problem now that we're all trying to get decreased, because obviously battery technology is not going anywhere, and the only thing that we can do really to combat that is make the quadcopters more lightweight, and I definitely think that is possible. So I am planning on a lightweight build. I don't know if I'm going to do it around this, because I think it can probably go even lighter than this. So I may use this for exchanging with the Wizard parts, and then go with a different frame. Maybe one of these ultra lights, I think they are calling them. So next I have got this guy. I've had quite a lot of requests for this one. This is the Dust X58, so bind and fly, and essentially it is such a tiny brushless micro. I guess you would say this is a tiny Whoop brushless micro. I mean, look at those motors, those are so tiny. What even are they? They say that they are BR0703. I've not even heard of that number before. It does feel quite brittle though, just looking at the frame. Look how thin everything is. But yeah, I have got this one here to check out. So, so much to do, but I love it. It's my fault really for spending so much time on the 360 camera. It was a bit selfish of me, but it's something that I really wanted to pursue. So, speaking of cameras, we have got the Runcam Micro. It's finally turned up. I think it only turned up like a day or so ago. I'm going to need to open this, get my knife out here, and cut down here. And let's see what this thing is like. Wow, the thing really is tiny. So I'm planning on putting this on that 130 micro that I built. So yeah, when I get around to it at some point, I'm going to be so busy, but that is fine. So the next thing that I have got is this box here. So this is the Tiny 6. Now I reviewed the Tiny 7, and when I reviewed that I thought, well, I won't get the Tiny 6 because it's going to be the same, and then a lot of people said, oh, the Tiny 6 is way better. So this is actually a RTF version of the Tiny 6. So we have got, I think it's a Futaba system there. So yeah, it says FHSS. I'll need to check that out, so, you know, don't take my word for it just from these unboxings. But yeah, same sort of lunch pack with the loads of batteries, and that is the Tiny 6. And yeah, looking forward to checking that out. And be a great indoor FPV at that one for the rainy days, and no doubt there are rainy days coming, but it's actually lovely and sunny here at the moment for a change. So I have had lots of inventory come in actually, because like I say, I'm planning a few builds, so I got a few of these switching VTXs that I use, and I got more than this, but I bought a load of the XM Plus receivers as well after I did that review on them, and I really liked them. I've got this Eachine VTX to check out. Now, do you remember that camera that had a built-in DVR? I say DVR, had a built-in recording capabilities, but it had some slight lag on the footage when it was feeded back to the FPV goggles. It wasn't lag, it's a drop in frame rate. Now this is just the VTX part of it with the DVR part as well, but obviously you plug this into a camera and supposedly you won't get the frame rate drop. So yeah, I'll have to find out a way to put that on a model and see if that is correct, because if so, then we can start having like a 720p record as well as our FPV feed for the really tiny micro, so that would be good. And then I've got these two small boxes here. Now this is a QX95, but it's from GearBest and it looks like it's been upgraded. We have got a buzzer on there, and it looks like we have got different batteries here as well, 600 milliamp Aurora batteries, which is interesting, isn't it? So the QX95 was the first brushed bind and fly RTF that really made me go, wow, that's actually really good. It's got a load of power. There was a problem with the camera though. It had light leaking into the sensor, so I'll have to see if it still has that problem. But yeah, we have a buzzer there, can you see, for a lost model alarm, and this one looks like it's got a receiver built into it as well, so I'm gonna have to check that out. So I've got another model here, and I'm not sure what this one is called, so I will link this here. It's not written on the box at all, but again, it's another brushed micro, and these are becoming less popular now. We have the brushless ones, but this one looks like it's going to be a good indoor fly because it's got some prop protectors on there, and yeah, it seems like a very nice design, so hopefully I'll get to check that out at some point. So last but not least, I'm going to be checking out this guy, and I can't wait to try this. This is the FPV Wing 900 by TechOne Hobby, and this is a serious piece of kit. Now, I don't usually feature that many planes on the channel, and that is because they take up so much space, but I absolutely love planes, and it's where I started originally. So yeah, this thing is serious. If you look, it takes a 4S battery, so it's a racing wing. It's going to be so fast. It's got a 2500 kV F80 motor, so a quadcopter motor, 45 amp ESC. That is absolutely crazy, and it's all top-notch components, this one. So yeah, looking forward to that. If we just take this up here, you can see that we have this main body here, which is like a quadcopter, but then the wings go on here, and they use magnets, and we've got carbon struts, and we've got really high-grade servos there. The only thing I need to add is a receiver and FPV gear, and it's ready to go. You can get a prop, so that's pretty nice, and hopefully I can find somewhere big enough to fly it, because this thing is going to be so fast. I'm actually a little bit scared, but excited at the same time. So there you go, that is a bunch of stuff that is going to be coming up on the channel, and I just want to thank you guys so much for watching and supporting these videos. Otherwise I wouldn't get sent these great products. Some of them I do buy myself, of course, and hopefully you can't tell the difference between the ones that I buy and the ones that are sent in for review, because I always give my opinion on what I think of the product. That's something that is great about Banggood and GearBest, is if I say something isn't very good, they go, fair enough, and actually in some cases they stop stocking the product, so it helps them as well. So I'll put a link in the description to all this stuff, and as always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.